Oh, what a match, folks, but we have come now to our last super match of the day. Another best of 5 series coming right up for you. We got Nyles Anderson, the animal, right here. Gives a look to the camera. We got a rabbit dog there in the Gear Grabber's garage.
All the way from Ohio. One of my best friends lives up that way. Nice state. Hey, let's not forget this guy's a running back, all right? Former running back.
I'm excited to see the action here. I kind of seeing a theme going on. We had 2 grizzlies going at it. Now we got 2 other animals coming up. 2 lions about to face off on the table. We got Joe Fehr coming out of Eureka, Montana, and he is an animal. He is a technical polar. I'm expecting to see some fireworks right now.
Oh, 4th of July might be over, folks, but some fireworks coming out in just a little bit. That's Joe Fehr there. Let's take a look at the numbers and what exactly they mean, folks.
You know, there's not much that is different here, maybe 10 pounds to Joe Fehr, but other than that, they stack up very well. Joe does have a little bit of height on Nyles, but I don't know if that's really going to matter. I would say it's more the elbow to fingertip length.
There you go.
And they are about evenly matched when it comes to that.
About a half-inch advantage here for Joe Fehr. There's the bell. You know what it means. Initial dabs up before these 2 gentlemen go forth to do battle. Under camera provided, of course, by the Montana Armbender League. Who else does it like us?
Yeah, both guys are kind of carving in. It looks they're trying to get as much real estate. Let's see if our ref, Ben Brooks, will straighten them out and see if they can find a nice neutral ground before he says go.
Look at that thick hand on Joe from this angle. Wow.
I can't even
Man.
see his thumb.
Both class
It's a
act guys.
fantastic angle.
It
And
is.
it gives you a look at the goods, right? Right before this goes down.
You
Gotta give the
way
people
down,
what
Joe.
they
I can't
want.
even see his thumb.
I tell you what, with a thick thumb like that, it is certainly hard to grab onto,
Shoulders.
try to top
Shoulders.
roll, do
Shoulders. Both
anything
of
with.
your
It's
shoulders.
uncomfortable.
Okay, this way to center.
Yeah, shout out to the Montana
Okay, wrist,
Armbender League. We are
wrist,
the only
Joe.
ones that
Both
have
of your
that
wrists.
underneath
Rotate with
camera,
me.
so you
Rotate
get that
with me,
angle.
both
You
of
get to see that
Rotate.
hand,
Wrist,
the
Joe.
thickness, kind of what
Wrist,
they're
Joe.
fighting for, and it just
Wrist,
adds
Nyles.
another level of
Ready,
excitement
go.
to the match.
There you go. And off to the races. Trying to get low with the early is the animal. Kind of snapped up this first round right here. Wow. Down, and that's going to be it. Joe Fehr, you can see the recognition on his face as that was kind of getting torqued down right there, Kevin.
Absolutely. This is going to be a good match. I think Joe knew he was at defeat right there. In my opinion, I still think he could have come out of that. Good hit right from the start.
One thing I'll say, too, is Joe, I think oftentimes that first round, he's just trying to get a feel for his opponent. And so this really doesn't worry me too much. I don't think it worries Joe. I think he's getting a feel for the power. And you can expect him to make adjustments in the later rounds. And I think we're going to see an absolute battle, an absolute war in the next 2 rounds.
I think that's true as well. Hopefully in this war there will not be another camera casualty. The power and force right there from Joe Fehr, looking like he was kind of pushing the camera there a little bit. We had a casualty last week, guys.
We certainly did. The running back trucking over the defensive end, the former defensive end, and Joe Fehr right there.
Yeah, rest in peace, camera. We got a new one stepping in its place, but I can tell it's shaking a little bit. It may get ran over yet this evening. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Joe can make some adjustments, and I'm expecting another hook war coming up momentarily.
Joe's a pro, man. He knows how to adjust. Absolutely.
You are in the splash zone right now if you're from the angle of these cameras, and you saw it earlier in the first round. Nyles Anderson taking that one down as once again neutral position being sought for these 2 former football players. Former football players? Is Nyles Anderson still playing?
Okay, I can't see any.
I don't believe so. That was college.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Former football players and stars in their respective football careers.
One good thing to see this evening is that the travel that Nyles made, the plane ride, that hasn't really played any factor into the first round, and so I'm happy to see that. You always want to go against your opponent at their absolute best, and so we're going to see that here again.
Very good point there, Weston.
Will this information that Joe Fehr is reconnoitered for himself in round number 1, will that be enough? Because if not, the animal snaps up another one. We're looking at match point quickly here in a 2-0 lead for Nyles Anderson.
You know, Tugboat, what I'm seeing here from Joe that's a little bit different. It almost looks like maybe he's getting ready for a post top roll.
Shoulders, Nyles.
Maybe
Shoulders,
getting
Joe.
away from that hook. It looks like
I'm gonna
maybe the
close
hook
Nyles first this
favors
time.
Nyles a little bit more, but I'm expecting to see something a little bit different from Joe in the second round.
Wrist. Ready, go.
Outside top roll.
Yep, there it is.
Off to it, tries to get to it, and that's a bad insurmountable angle. No, not okay.
Wow.
Right there. That one is going to be for Nyles Anderson right there. Once again, no strap necessary, but as we're going into this one, is that something that Joe Fehr is going to want to consider?
You know, maybe. I think Joe is still not woken up, really. I really feel like he has enough strength. Get behind that arm and go to battle with this guy. Absolutely. Slide over to the right, get behind that arm, get behind the hand, and I think he's got enough side pressure and supination, pronation power all together to get Nyles back over.
One thing that Joe is running into is a sticking point. For those of you who are new, that sticking point is where your opponent is at his strongest, and so as he hits that, he's able to overpower, make some adjustments, pull it back into the hook in a move that favors himself, and so we see Nyles get another win there via hook. So let's see what adjustments Joe can make. I don't think he's out of this match. I think we're going to go all 5 rounds, to be honest.
He certainly doesn't like his palm up.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can maybe slip and take it to the strap, see if maybe that'll work out better in Joe's favor. But what an absolute match this evening. Definitely a top contender for best match so far.
He needs to explode, get a little bit of energy.
It's the face of concentration that Joe Fehr is typically employed right here, but again, the cogs are moving.
He's usually able to manhandle any guy he's gone up against.
Wrist, both of you. Wrist.
And not today.
This is very true.
Absolutely. That's a great point, Kevin. You know, we're having to pull people out of other states just to give some better competition to our local guys here in Montana. So that just says the level that Montana's at. We're definitely on the map, and we have some elite pollers that are nationally ranked. And I would say Joe is definitely up there with them. And as we're seeing Nyles, he's a formidable opponent this evening.
Shoulders. We got to come Nyles'
Animal has
way.
come out to play here on the day.
Okay.
Joe Fehr has had plenty of experience within the Montana Armbender League, but those 5 years here for Nyles Anderson, experience-wise, is really showing on the day. So if this goes down, actually Joe Fehr is not able to bring this one back by a point. We'll have a couple of 3-0 sweeps between our first, third, and then now potentially this last one. Neutral situations now being tended to by our floor ref. That's Big Ben Brooks, of course. And off to the races. A snap in just a second.
Ready? Stop.
There you go.
I think Joe needs to come up a little higher. Post as high as he can on that guy's hand, on Nyles' hand.
Agree with you 100%, Kevin. Let's see if he'll make those adjustments. Looks like that's what he's setting up to do, a little bit of that posting top roll.
Yes.
Looks like Nyles is trying to get it to the hook. Let's see who can get to their lane first.
Nyles has already taken it in the hook and dominated him there. So, in my opinion, Joe, don't go there. Don't go to this guy's strong suit. Post, top roll this guy. But hey, strong enough a hooker. Nyles obviously got a lot of containment.
Absolutely. Sometimes you have nothing but to go into that guy's lane just because he is that strong and he can force it to where he wants to go.
Nyles first this time.
I think Joe fires up a little bit. He's got this.
I think so.
He can certainly take a round.
Okay. Shoulder.
Gonna have to take a round now to kind of try and bring back this best of 5 series here. 2-0 lead for Nyles Anderson as the animal again has come out absolutely swinging in this one. Now back off the table. We're trying to find another neutral one. This was Ben just making sure the wrists were even. Now we're going all the way back. Full reset here for these two wrestlers.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Joe wasn't liking what he was feeling in the setup there, and so they're going to try and restart, see if they can find good neutral ground. And let's see if we can get this third round kicked off.
Joe wanted to cap. Ben asked him. It didn't happen, so then they restarted here.
Wrist, Joe. Ready, go.
There you go. Off to the races. Quickly! Oh, so close!
Oh, man.
That's going to be it. Big Ben has signaled that that's a 3-0 sweep for Nyles Anderson, the animal, coming out to play.
Absolutely, he is an animal. What a great performance. That is not an easy thing to do, to get 3 straight victories on Joe Fehr, but he did it this evening. What a reward for the travel and the effort. Let's hear what Kevin Roy has to say.
Yeah, we'll talk to them in just a second, kind of watching this one again and see how it goes down. Crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
well, you
Just
can
a
see
couple of
Tugboat, he's
situations,
just...
a couple of rounds here that Joe Fehr had, like, just like a little bit of wiggle room towards the end, but it just seemed like there was too much damage done.
Yeah, that rotation that Nyles has as he's supinating, taking that bottom part of his palm and wrapping around the wrist of Joe. He just had too much containment and power for Joe. What a great performance.
Really was. Boots on the ground. Kevin, take it away. Little interview action.
Nyles, that was very impressive. Joe is he's no joke, man, and you made pretty easy work of him today. What did you think?
Hey, that is a badass dude right there. His hand is intimidating. I mean, it's huge, and it pretty much wrapped around my entire hand. But, man, props to him. He is a fantastic arm wrestler, and I was nervous as hell coming in here.
I can imagine so, man. Coming from Ohio, my best friend lives in Xenia.
All right.
Yeah. He's a police officer out there. Who do you train with out in Ohio?
Sometimes I'll train with Todd Hutchings. We talk a lot. I live about 2 hours away from him, but he's always giving me pointers. But I train with Brothers in Arms. We're out of Dayton, Ohio. So great group of guys.
Kevin Palco's out that way, is he not?
Yeah, Kevin Palco's a little bit more north. He's up in Cleveland. That's a bad dude right there. I think he should come out and prove that because that dude's awesome.
Absolutely, man. Hey, we'd love to see. I know, right? I'm in his weight class. He's a tough guy. Hunter actually just called him out, Hunter Broughton. We'd love to see him here in Montana. How often do you train, Nyles?
Well, I usually train about 4 times a week, but I just do arm wrestling stuff. I don't bench, deadlift, nothing. It's all arm wrestling. So, I mean, 3 to 4 times a week. Otherwise, I hurt real bad if I go more than that. Like, my elbow can't take it, so.
Impressive stuff. Man, coming out here to Montana, what does your family think of so far?
Oh, man, my aunt and uncle, they love it, man. It's such a beautiful place. I'm used to cornfields and soybeans and everything. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to come out here. And Berserker Tables, I use their table and their handles. All their stuff is what I use. Drew Orthison for all this stuff. So.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Is there anybody you'd like to come back? We'd love to have you back, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I'll go against anybody. I try to get to 220 for this, and if I don't eat all the time, I just start losing weight. So, I mean, I'm usually a 205, 198 pooler, but, you know, I'll go against anybody. I don't care.
Well, you looked very, very impressive against Joe today. Like I said, no joke. We have a February armbender every year. You know, maybe we can get you a match. We'd love to see you, man.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. I love it out here, and thank you, Montana. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nyles, for coming out. It was great to see you. Congratulations, man. We'll be right back, folks.